The day they announced her punishment, Elena felt the ground slip beneath her feet. "You will marry the stable boy," her uncle declared before the entire courtyard, a sentence meant to break her spirit, to humiliate her for defying the powerful men who ruled her life. And in that moment, as whispers and mockery echoed around her, she believed her future had been stolen forever. But destiny had a way of hiding blessings in the dust. Elena was the orphaned niece of Lord Haverton, raised behind stone walls and iron expectations. She was meant to be obedient, quiet, and grateful. But Elena had inherited her father's rebellious fire. She spoke too boldly about fairness, questioned arranged marriages, and dreamed of charting her own life. Her uncle saw it as insolence. So when she humiliated him in front of visiting nobles by rejecting a marriage proposal he had arranged, he struck back with cruel precision: she would marry beneath her. Not just beneath her station, far beneath it. Ronan, the stable boy. A servant. A nobody. A man covered in dust and horsehair, whose hands were calloused from labor and whose clothes smelled of hay. Elena didn't cry that night. She shattered. But the wedding happened swiftly, without music, without warmth, without family blessings. Only the servants watched, some with pity, some with fear. The first night in the small stable loft they now shared, Elena braced herself for scorn, anger, or resentment. But Ronan simply handed her a blanket, the softer one, and said quietly, "I know you didn't choose this. But you don't owe me anything." She blinked, startled. No one had ever said that to her. He slept on the floor that night, giving her space, dignity, and silence, three things she had rarely known. Days turned into weeks, and Elena noticed things she had never seen before. Ronan greeted every morning with warmth. He sang to the horses as he brushed their coats. He worked long hours but never complained. And though he had every reason to resent her, he treated her with gentle respect, as though she were still a person, not a punishment. One morning, she found a small wooden box on her stool. He had carved it by hand. "For her. For your hairpins," he said, suddenly shy, as if afraid she might reject even this simple kindness. The gift loosened something inside her, something tight, something wounded. She thanked him. And for the first time, she meant it. As the days warmed, so did her heart. They began to talk, at first as strangers forced together, then as companions, and slowly, unbelievably, as friends. Elena learned that Ronan had lost his mother young, just like she had. He had been sold to the Haverton estate at 12, working his way from errand boy to stable master. He had dreams of becoming a horse trainer, of earning his own freedom one day. He said it not with bitterness, but with hope. And Elena realized something stunning. He had been given nothing, yet he still believed life could give him joy. The change in her did not go unnoticed. Her uncle watched with irritation as she grew calmer, kinder, happier, not broken, but blossoming. His plan to shame her had backfired spectacularly. Whispers began spreading among the servants. "The lady laughs now. Her husband treats her like a queen. Have you seen the way she looks at him?" Elena's heart slowly stitched itself back together through small moments. Ronan bringing her warm tea on cold mornings, teaching her how to ride bareback, laughing softly when she tumbled into hay, listening to her dreams as if they mattered. And they did. To him, they mattered deeply. But joy never comes without challenge. One afternoon, a nobleman visiting the estate recognized Elena, remembering her beauty, her grace, and her former status. He approached her uncle with an offer: annul the marriage, return Elena to nobility, and he would wed her. Her uncle was thrilled. Elena was horrified. Ronan said nothing. But Elena saw the storm in his eyes: fear, confusion, the ache of a man who believed he wasn't worthy of her. "If this is what you want," he said quietly, "I won't stop you." The thought of going back to a mansion, a gilded cage, and a cold bed made her stomach twist. She realized the truth with painful clarity. Her joy wasn't found in status. Her freedom wasn't in wealth. Her happiness was a man who treated her with tenderness every day, without expecting anything in return. She found Ronan in the stables that night, brushing a horse whose coat shimmered under lantern light. Her voice trembled as she spoke. "You never made me feel small," she whispered. "You never treated me like a burden, or a punishment. You gave me joy when everyone wanted me broken." Ronan stopped brushing. She stepped closer. "You are my choice." The brush fell from his hand. And Ronan, hard-working, humble, gentle Ronan, pulled her into the tightest, most grateful embrace she had ever known. Word spread quickly. The nobleman withdrew his offer in disgust. Her uncle threatened to cast them out, but Elena, with fire reborn in her voice, reminded him that her inheritance, her father's name and wealth, belonged to her, not him. He backed down. Together, Elena and Ronan moved to the edge of the estate grounds, where they built a small cottage with their own hands, a place that smelled of pinewood, fresh bread, and laughter. Ronan became a renowned horse trainer. Elena, free from control, opened a small school for village girls, teaching them to read, write, and dream boldly. Every evening, Ronan returned home dusty and smiling, kissing her forehead before telling her stories of the day. And every night, Elena thanked the life that once punished her, for giving her the man who became her joy. Final message. True love isn't found in status, wealth, or the expectations of others. Sometimes the greatest blessings come disguised as misfortune, reminding us that kindness, respect, and genuine connection can turn even the harshest fate into a life filled with joy. Would you like a short description for this story too?